Bruce Van Sant, Craig Van Sant. We have a partnership to talk about. What would you like to tell me about?
Well, as you know, we've been running the Trick Tools banner here on the Pro Stock bike, and it's been kind of a long-term dream of ours to be involved in this sport, and it's pretty exciting to have companies like Transfluid come on board. Craig's the vice president of Transfluid USA, and they're a German company that makes tube bending, tube processing machinery, very high quality stuff, and they've come on board to support us, so we're kind of bringing them along on the journey here to show what we've got to the NHRA crowd. So that's pretty neat. A very new experience for the German company as well. Mm-hmm. But the exposure and showing kind of the automotive market, what Transfluid has to offer, is what we're hoping to do here.
Craig, I assume tube bending means chassis building, and there's a few chassis out here.
Yeah, for sure.
In addition to building, being able to use in a chassis shop, what are these machines used for?
It could be anything really. We do a lot in automotive, but not all. A lot of structural tubing as well. Mm-hmm. Could be handrails. It could be furniture. It could be anything like that. But in automotive, we do everything from fuel lines to chassis tubes to hydroform, pre-bending for hydroforming.
So lightweight, delicate things like fuel lines, maybe exhausts,
yeah,
and then also heavy-duty stuff like chromoly.
We do up to a 12-inch pipe, so pretty big machines.
Cool. What companies are these machines? And can you list a couple of your customers?
Yeah, Bentler Automotive is a big one. Cummins just bought a system to do fuel systems with. They're a big company, but Parker Hannifin does hydraulics. They're one of our largest customers worldwide.
All right. In addition to the obvious chassis builders and chassis that are here in the pits, what is it about the NHRA market that you see as a benefit for that company?
I think there's not just fabricators and do-it-yourselfers here, but there's also a lot of interest from company owners and manufacturers, and there's so much ingenuity, engineering, and people figuring out really difficult problems through racing, that you've got the whole gamut here. So really, and Transfluid covers almost that whole range as well. So it's a good place for tools, I think, to be marketing tools and equipment, manufacturing or hand tools.
Yeah. Where's Transfluid located?
In Schmallenberg, Germany.
Schmallenberg
is where the manufacturing's done.
All right, very good.
And in Simpsonville or Greenville, South Carolina, is where our U.S. headquarters is located.
All right.
I think even the crowd, everybody has to work somewhere, right?
Sure.
We're in manufacturing that kind of draws those kind of people here to watch the drag racing. So
sure.
We all go back to work on Monday in some place, and it could easily be some place that we want Transfluid to be synonymous with tube bending. So if they see an application, they say, hey, I know a guy or know of a guy. I know personally, if I'm looking for any products and it happens to be one that I've recognized being a sponsor of an NHRA or any drag racing, I will give them preference personally, just to try and support someone who supports our cause.
So Bruce's Trick Tools tends to service sort of the shop-sized pieces of equipment. I know that some of them got fairly big, and I've seen you pinstriping some of the bigger ones, but mainly sort of shop-sized equipment. How big are these machines that you're referring to?
Well, we do have the shop side. One of our largest distributors of our smallest machine, which is in John Force Racing, and Kalita has one. And, they've been real successful in distributing that product. But it could go all the way up to a multi-million-dollar cell that cuts the tube, bends the tube, informs or flares or whatever needs to be done on the ends of the tube, and puts a finished product out the other end. So they can get quite sizable.
one of these days you have to meet my friend Mike Baverstock, who owns Samson Exhaust, and they do.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Keep saying that.
Yeah, they and also they do all kinds of tube bending products. It's not just Samson Exhaust. That's kind of their consumer thing.
Today, automation is one of the biggest things everybody's talking about, and the folks in Germany have been doing that for 10 or 20 years ahead of us kind of getting on board with automation. So that's a big thing that we have an advantage of, I believe, is the automation portion of it. It's not only the machines, but the handling, the in-feed, the out-feed, basically raw material in one end and finished product out the other end. That's what we specialize in.
And I assume there's people to help train on the equipment when you make a sale.
Yeah, we've got a staff in Simpsonville. We bring it in, we test it all there, do another QC before it goes to the customer. We do the tooling domestically, so that goes on the machine in Simpsonville, and then we have a staff there. We also bring in technicians from Germany to help us out.
Very good.